Well, good evening. I'm Joe Avilar, and welcome to Novel Affair 2021. I'm your host. We've got a fun night ahead for you, too. And you know what? I'll bet you've got friends who either plan to watch this or would love to watch this. They'd really enjoy the show. And you know what? Right now, give them a call or text them right now because you don't want them to miss it. You want to remind them to watch. Thank you for joining us to support the Ferguson Library. The library does so much for our community. They've been there for us during the pandemic, making sure people got the help they needed during this really difficult time, helping folks polish their resumes and look for jobs, offering assistance with the technology. The library offers many virtual programs like author events, small business workshops, English language learning, book discussions, and story times for kids. All this time, they've stayed open as a safe place for the community. The library offers curbside pickup. They even mailed books home to people who weren't comfortable with going out. The folks at the Ferguson have been there for us. So tonight, we're here to help the library raise money to keep on providing all those important services. Well, first, I'd like to thank our major sponsors who have been extremely generous with their support. Here they are on your screen, but I'd like to call them out too. A big thank you to the Friends of the Ferguson Library, S.L. Green, the law firm of Meister, Seelig & Fine, Pitney Bowes, Jack Alexander, George and Carol Billow, Melvina Callion, Catherine Emmett and David Golub, First County Bank, the law firm of Silver, Golub, and Titel, the law firm of Abate & Abate, Judy Block, Ellen Bromley and Thomas Gazicki, Jane Carlin and Ben Gifford, the law firm of Carmody, Torrance, Sandak, and Hennessy, George Comfort & Sons, Susan Cullman, Garden Homes Management, Sopong Kim and Unjean Park, Anderson Livingston, Stanford Health, Kristen and Eric Stopps, and the law firm of Woofsy, Rosen, Kweskin, and Kuriansky. A big thank you to all of you. And all of you, there's plenty of time for you to give. For instance, you can text to give. We'll show you the phone number on the screen. There's a donate button. In fact, let's back up just a little bit to get you all that information. We're going to go the other way with our prompter right now to get you all that information that you need. Text 646-891-4321. The word give, the amount, your name and message. Or you can use the donate button on the bottom of your screen to make an online gift. And don't forget to visit our auction. It's open until Saturday at 8 p.m., so you have plenty of time to bid on our great auction items. Once again, I'd like to thank all our sponsors and donors for their generosity. And a big thank you to the library's Board of Trustees and staff for all they do for the library and the community each and every day. And I thank all of you for joining us tonight and for supporting the Ferguson Library. I'm Joe Avilar. No, it hasn't been a pleasure to be with you tonight because we're not ending the show yet. Actually, what we're going to do is work our way back. Bear with me for a second, because I've got a script right here, and I'm going to take you to exactly where we need to be. So we're going to flip some pages. This is the old-fashioned way, when they used to just hold a piece of paper. And that's what we're going to do. In the meantime, you should be using this time to text to give. You know that number, 646-891-4321. Then the word give, the amount, your name, and the message. That's what you should be doing right now as I flip through this. And then we're going to tell you, while you're doing that, I'm going to look ahead because I'm going to tell you, as you've seen from the intro to our show, that we're honoring a very special person tonight. We're honoring Tom Casone, who's a great guy, and he's done so much for the library and for the Stanford community. We've got an award for him, and it's a well-deserved award. So congratulations to Tom. I'll be presenting that a little bit later on. But first, I'd like to introduce the chair of the Ferguson Library's Board of Trustees, Anderson Livingston.
Thank you for joining us this evening of the 10th anniversary of the Novel Affair for the Ferguson Library. The Ferguson Library is more than just books. It's the heartbeat of the Stanford community. It's a safe space for all of us to engage and share diverse ideas and thoughts. It's a place that offers programs for children, adult learning, English as a second language, and my personal favorite, the Bookmobile. And particularly during these COVID times, it offers job training and technology programs for our business community. I want to really thank all of you for joining us this evening, coming out and supporting us, and continuing to support the Ferguson Library for all of its great work in the Stanford community. And now I want to turn it over to some of our users to let them share their thoughts on what the library means to them.
The library is a place for learning. It's also a place for the community, right? So it serves kind of everybody across the community, from kids all the way to adults, right? It's also great that, there's not a membership fee, so it's open to kind of everybody, no matter kind of how much money or resources you might have.
We started the pandemic with one reluctant reader and one pre-K kid who could not read, and now we're, 10 or 11 months in, and they're both found on the couch, often snuggled up with a book, just reading away. So it's a big deal. We definitely wouldn't be such happy campers without our books.
I love to read. I finish like a book a day sometimes. Because I read like in the mornings when I'm getting ready for school. I read during the day, and then I read at night a lot.
Actually, this is my first time back in this building since the last 10 months or so. And it's great to be back in here, and you feel a sense of community when you're in this building.
Sometimes I tell the kids, we're just going to return books, we're not taking anything back. And always fails, always fails. I'm the first one to start taking things, just feels just comfortable, like, oh, this looks interesting, and it's just welcoming. It's invaluable that you don't need to purchase the books and you can still enjoy. You don't have to buy a ticket to Paris and you can still know about Paris, and it's just great.
We're back. And thank you to everyone who's been texting in donations. Remember the number right on your screen, 646-891-4321. The word give, the amount, your name, and a message, and I'll read it here. There's also a donation link at the bottom of your screen in case you're not a texter and you'd rather make an online donation. We're here to make it easy for you. There's also a link at the bottom of your screen to the auction. Now we're going to take a peek at a few of those really fabulous auction items. Our auction's going on right now, and you should bid on those things you like. As you can see, the link right at the bottom of the screen, so don't delay because you know somebody else is bidding. Let's tell you about some of the premier items that we have at the auction too. And by the way, for this, you want to get your phone ready because you're going to want to text your friends. First off, a premier item. The Novel Affairs Committee member Leslie Brusick is going to show us. It's a picture of a 3-masted, 80-foot schooner, the Soundwaters. With a generous gift from Soundwaters, you and 20 of your friends are going out for a sail on Long Island Sound on that magnificent schooner. It's really no better way to celebrate the summer and togetherness again, relaxing and sailing on Long Island Sound. You'll go on a mutually agreed on date sometime between May and September. And a sail on the Sound, it just wouldn't be right without food and wine. So yes, you'll get a case of wine from Harbor Point Wines and Spirits, and a $100 gift certificate from Remo's, and another $100 gift card from Capriccio Cafe. Sailing on the Sound on Soundwaters, wine from Harbor Point's Wine and Spirits, and food from Remo's and Capriccio Cafe. Sounds fantastic. Thank you, Leslie. So, what are you waiting for? Get texting. Line up those friends. Yeah, it doesn't have to be 20 friends. You can go with 10. You can't go with more than 20. But let's go. Bid on this great, memorable summer adventure. Remember, link You see it right at the bottom of the screen, but there is more too. How about these beautiful earrings that the Novel Affair Committee co-chair Gabby Cates has for us? They are lovely. They are from A Heart of Gold on Hope Street in Stamford. A personal note too, but it comes time for my buddies and I to get something for our significant others. Well, we go to the Heart of Gold Fine Jewelry on Hope Street in Stamford because the sisters who own it remember us. And more importantly, they remember our spouse's taste, and it turns out perfect. These earrings, too, I'm told by Gabby, are perfect for going casual or dressing up with. Thank you so much, Gabby. But don't look over and wait for your significant other to pick up the phone or text it in and get it. Do it yourself. The link's at the bottom of the screen. Get something for yourself. But there is more. What if in your texting you find you or your friends get seasick? Leslie Brusick back here with a solution. A cocktail party at the Weed Memorial and Hollander branch. What a perfect idea. It's a great place for a cool cocktail party or a celebration of a birthday or some other major milestone, maybe a celebration of COVID shots. Why not? Here's what you get. You get a cocktail party for you and 20 of your friends at the mutual agreed on date at the Weed Memorial and Hollander branch. And of course, a party wouldn't be a party without food and wine, so you get a case of wine. This case of wine comes from Stamford Wine and Liquor. Thank you, Stamford Wine and Liquor. And as for food, well, you get $200 worth of catering from Winfield Street Coffee House. You know, the wonderful Winfield Street Coffee House at the base of the Ferguson Library? What else could you want? Music, maybe. Okay, well, we'll throw it in just for you. A really kick-ass band playing classic R&B and soul and funk. We've got it. The TNT Dynamite Blues Band, and they are super. Special thank you to Tony Sanchez and the TNT Dynamite Blues Band for donating their time and their talent. And of course, thank you, Leslie. So what are you looking at me for? Remember, the link's at the bottom of the screen. But wait, there's more. I mean, take a look over my shoulder. These two giant stuffed animals from Melissa and Doug, the great toy company, Wilton. Thank you so much. I mean, what little child wouldn't want a fabulous stuffed animal like that? I had one when I was a kid, and I still remember it to this day. And by the way, you could buy one or you could buy both. Thank you again, Melissa and Doug and Wilton. Perfect for a child who wants a snuggly, special friend. Well, the link to the auction, again, at the bottom of the screen. It's going on right now, so bid and bid again. Don't let the parties or the toys or the earrings get away from you. And there are more items to bid on too, so really, you want to go check it out. The money all going to a great cause, the Ferguson Library here in Stamford. And now, the president of the Ferguson Library, Alice Mann.
Thank you for attending tonight's 10th Annual Novel Affair. Your gift is so important to this library. You know, we're honoring tonight Tom Casone, who has given generously of both his time and his finances. And it's so right that we do that because it's people like him that make our library special. Your gift is making our library special. It helps underwrite our popular Let's Talk series, which helps new Americans learn how to speak English. Our Linked Libraries programs, which bring books and materials to the Stamford Public Schools, eliminating the barrier of transportation. And of course, it adds to our diverse collections of materials. So thank you for your generous support. Now, we couldn't do all of this with just your support. The city has been very generous to us. And with that, I would like to thank the mayor and introduce Mayor David Martin.
Hello, Mayor David Martin here, just celebrating the library once again with its annual fundraiser. I don't think I need to tell anybody who's part of this call about how wonderful and how important our library is. You know, great communities have great libraries, going all the way back to the Great Library of Alexandria. It has been a place for great learning, but it is also a place to recognize the diversity and to outreach to all the different members of the community. And so whether it is that you're part of a book club, or whether it is that you're part of a children's program, or whether it's the students that before the pandemic would come in and work in a quiet place using a computer that they might not have at home, the library has meant so much to this community, and I am proud to be one of its supporters year after year. And I'd also like to say congratulations to Tom Casone, who in fact was one of those individuals that helped the library through very lean times, and has given his personal leadership to making the library even more of what is great about the library. So everyone, share some support, because the library is one of those community organizations that makes this a great city, that improves the quality of life and gives opportunity for learning throughout the community in a way that others can't even conceive of. So thank you in the past for your support, and thank you for your support tonight. And I thank you, and to Tom Casone, thank you as well.
And thank you to everyone who's been donating. And now is actually the most important part of the show. It's the paddle raise, where we're asking you to donate whatever you can to help the library. It's all going to a great cause. It's supporting our public library. So get out your phones and text that number that's on your screen. It's super easy. Text 646-891-4321. The word give, the amount, your name, and a message. If you write in a message, it'll show up here and I'll read it. It's a great way to show your support for the library. Take a look. We just got $1,000. Congratulations, Tom, from Mary and Bob Granada. Thank you, Mary and Bob Granada. What else do we have? Let's see. There we go. There's another $1,000. Remember the old saying, reading is fundamental? Well, more than ever during a pandemic. Thank you, Ferguson Library, Nancy and Brad Benjamin. $1,000, very generous. Thank you very much. Here's $500. The Ferguson Library is not just about books, it's about wonderful opportunities to connect, create, and share with the community. Thank you. The Ferguson Pro Speaker Group. It's a wonderful gift. $25, a great gift. Thank you, Ferguson Library, from Chris Vincent. Chris, thank you very much. Well, so far, we've raised $2,025. Here's another $250. Bravo, Tom Casone, from Joe Singari. $2,275. The money keeps tumbling in. Here's $1,000. Thank you to the Ferguson Library for being such a good thing in our community. From Leo P. Gallagher and Son, the funeral home. Lovely gift. $3,275 already raised. $200 more. The Ferguson Library is very special to me. It is something for everyone at any age. Sue Duarte, thanks, Sue. $200, $100. Thank you, Ferguson Library, from Janice and Catherine Tuttle. $3,575 given already. Thank you all very much. The numbers keep pouring in. Let's see, can we make it to $4,000? Here's $100. The Ferguson Library connects all of us living in Stamford. I'm so proud to be part of this wonderful organization for all they do for our community. See Aita. Thank you. I hope I pronounced it correctly. $500. The Ferguson Library brings our community together. We surely need that now more than ever. Absolutely we do. That's Debbie and Mike Golden. Thank you very much for the money. $500. Generous gift. $4,175. $50. Every month I look forward to seeing the wonderful offerings from Ferguson Library and usually sign up for a few. It kept my sanity while COVID flourished. Sally Candle Kelman. $4,225. Here's somebody who just gave $100. If libraries were houses, books are the windows through which we see the world. Leslie Brusick. $4,325. That's $100, $4,325. Here's $500 in memory of Lou. He loved the Civility in America series. Linda Kremen. Thank you very much. It's a very generous gift. $4,925 because of another $100 gift. I'm proud of our library and appreciate everything it offers to our community. That's from Gabby Katsy. Thank you very much. Gabby Cates, I know your name. at $4,925. Wonderful gifts, and they keep pouring in, but we have other things to do. Now we'd have to invite the Ferguson Library President, Alice Knapp, and the Board Chair, Anderson Livingston, to present our honoree, Tom Cassone, with a very special award. Please.
Thank you for attending this year's virtual novel affair. I know many of you are enjoying the cocktail kit that features snacks from Winfield Street Coffee as you watch the show. Thank you for supporting the library on this special evening. We recently learned that the Ferguson Library is a finalist for the Institute of Museum and Library Services National Medal. For us, this medal is the equivalent of an Oscar. We're so proud of our staff for all the hard work that went into this. Tonight, we are delighted to honor Tom Cassone with the 10th Annual Ferguson Award. It was created for us by Russ Hollander, Master Goldsmith. It's a beautiful representation of the library, and it means a lot to award it to Tom. But first, I'd like to introduce our board chair, Anderson Livingston.
Thank you, Alice. We're proud to honor Tom Cassone with the Ferguson Award for his commitment to the library and the Stanford community. Tom has given so much to the Ferguson Library over the years. He first joined the library's Board of Trustees back in 1997 and has been part of the Ferguson family in one role or another ever since. He served 3 terms as our board chair and is now a trustee of the Ferguson Library Foundation. For those who don't know Tom, Tom's a Stanford native. He went to Roxbury Elementary, Clunan, and West Hill High School. We all can agree that Stanford was very lucky to get Tom back after he graduated from college and law school. Professionally, Tom has served as the Director of Legal Affairs for the City of Stanford for 14 years and the Public Safety Director for 1 year. He's currently a partner at the law firm of Meister, Seelig & Fine and manages its Connecticut office. Tom is deeply involved in the community. He's given his time and talent not only to the library, but to many other organizations in town. He's a member of the Board of Directors of the Stanford Veterans Park Partnership, a member of the State Street Debating Society, a past president and man of the year, a past member of the Board of Directors of St. Luke's LifeWorks, and a past member of Stanford Museum and Nature Center. He's also very involved in Stanford's Citizen of the Year Committee. And now, here with a few words about Tom is one of his oldest friends, Stanford's former mayor and Connecticut Governor, Dan Malloy.
At West Hill High School as new students there. It's been a long ride that we've been on, including friendship and raising kids together, and the time that we were in the City Hall of Stanford together. It's been kind of a wild ride and a wonderful ride. Now, I have to say that I haven't known you as long as some people who remember you as Charlie Brown in your middle school almost Broadway career, or haven't been around much lately since I spent some time in Hartford and now in Maine. But my love for you remains real and ongoing, and Kathy and I miss seeing you and look forward to the day when COVID is out of our life and we can all be back in one another's life again. Congratulations, and thanks for all the great work that you did on the Ferguson board as well.
Now it is my great pleasure to present Tom Cassone with the 2021 Ferguson Award for service to the library and the Stanford community. Tom?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Anderson. Thank you, Alice, Nick, Linda, and Joe Avalar. Also thanks to Jamie Sherwood and everyone else who helped put this program together, especially under these circumstances. Also thank you to the mayor and Mr. Rogers for those video good wishes. Dan Malloy. And of course, thanks to all of our sponsors and donors, to those of you who have bid on or will bid on the auction. Text your donations. All of you are staff and friends and users of the Ferguson Library. You know, a lot of the public discourse over the past several weeks has focused on the meaning of the word infrastructure. Is it just concrete, steel, and asphalt things like roads and bridges? Does it include transportation things like railways and airports? Is it only made up of brick and mortar like housing and buildings? Is infrastructure just hard stuff Or is it also internet and Wi-Fi? Is it internet? Is it energy? Is it education? And here's one that's gotten considerable discussion and debate recently. Does infrastructure include people? And where do all these things, roads, bridges, education, energy, people, and all the rest, rank and are setting priorities for our reemergence from the scourge of this pandemic? These are all fine discussions to have. Sometimes the issues being considered in these discussions have been partisan, sometimes philosophical, sometimes practical and earnest, and sometimes all the above. But clearly, wherever these things land, whether within or without the dictionary definition of traditional notions of infrastructure, we need them all. We need foundations, we need buildings, we need roads and bridges, we need internet and Wi-Fi, we need education, and we absolutely need people. Like all of you people, here or not quite here, then virtually here. So we clearly do need internet and Wi-Fi. Now there's one place where all these things converge, where everything that fits under the umbrella of any and all notions of infrastructure are represented. And that place is the library, the public library. We provide buildings of brick and mortar to house endless resources and within which to gather, to enjoy programs like the Civility Series and the Author Series, or just a place to read and study. We provide education through the open and free use of books and art and articles and programs. We provide these things along with internet access and Wi-Fi and online services to countless Stanford residents, from infants and school-age children to UConn students, business people, immigrants and job seekers, right up to our senior population, and for every single person in between. And we provide the support for all of these things through people like all of you. And metaphorically, at least, we provide roads, bridges and foundations, roads to adventure and imagination, transportation to other worlds and galaxies or to places on our own planet that we've dreamed of visiting or just need to learn or want to learn more about. Through our books and resources, we provide bridges to history and bridges into the future, and we provide a solid foundation for all of the above. So thank you very much, really, for this honor, but thank you much more for all of your dedication to this fine and indispensable institution and the infrastructure of our community, the Ferguson Library. Thanks, guys.
Much, Tom. That was just a great message, and thank you for all you do. Well, I want to thank everybody who's been donating. In fact, I'm going to repeat the number, and then I'm going to read out all the names that have been, of the people, all of you who have been donating the past few minutes, because I gather lots of things have rolled in. All right, one more time, that number is 646-891-4321. The word give, the amount you'd like to give, your name, and the message. Now, let's go to the screen. Let's put it on the big screen. Let's see some of these people. Here's $100. Congrats, Tom Casone, and thank you to Alice and her team who make the library so great. That gets us up to $6,025. Let's take a look at another one. What else do we have? $5,000. Congratulations, Tom. The Ferguson is the best. This is from Ann and Michael Zucker. Thank you very much. That brings us to $11,000. Here's $100. A great city needs a great library. Well said. Ann and Tim Duffy, thank you very much. That brings us to $11,125. $100 to the Ferguson Library is the best, with a heart. It's a beautiful message. Thank you. $11,225. $100. Yay, Ferguson Library, from Michael Stone. Simple, right to the point. Thank you, Michael Stone. Thank you, all of you who are giving. $250. We love the Ferguson. Camilla Herrera and David Genovese. Thank you again. $11,575. Ooh, the numbers keep rolling in. This is fun. $500. Congratulations on the award. Very well deserved. That's to Tom, of course. We are so proud of you and proud to support the library. That's from Vicky and Tony Sanchez. Here's $100. Eileen Westfall and the Bloca Literary, I hope I said it right, the Bloca Literary Society watching you now. Good. Thank you very much. Call all your friends and get them to donate too. There's $100 from them. Tom and the Ferguson, 2 big reasons why Stanford is such a great place. Absolutely right. Thank you, Rick and Robin. We've raised $12,245 so far. Call your friends, tell them to do the same. $100. Love the library. Thanks for everything, from Thomas Madden. Wonderful. I think we have more. Do we have more? We're at $12,525. $1,000. Congratulations, Tom Casone. Thank you for all you do for the Ferguson Library. We are proud of the Ferguson. And they thank you. This is from Juanita James and Dudley Williams, two wonderful people, neighbors of ours. Thank you. Give. We love the Ferguson Library. They gave $50. We love the Ferguson Library and thank their critical role that you play in our Stamford community. That's from Dan and Bridget Fox. Well, thank you very much for your $50. $13,575 raised so far. Look at that. Thank you all very, very much. Do we have more? You know what? I'm going to tell you not to forget our auction site because you can see it on the screen. Go to the button and remember, it's open until Saturday at 8 p.m. So you have plenty of time to bid on our great auction items. Once again, I'd like to thank all our sponsors and donors for their generosity. And a big thank you to the library's Board of Trustees and staff for all they do for the library and the community each and every day. And I thank all of you for joining us tonight and for supporting the Ferguson Library. I'm Joe Avalar, and now I can say it's been a privilege to be with you tonight. A lot of fun and a pleasure. Good night.